Frank, looking forward to the new season. That's my first question.
Yes, happy to be back. We start again, off the back of what was a really positive season for us with a disappointing ending, obviously, which was very clear. But you have to move on in football and start again. It's one of the beauties of it in a way. So we're ready to go.
Does it drive you a bit, the way it ended last season, to push into this season with more hunger?
No, I think I've personally been around long enough to understand that you drive yourself a game, whether you have big success, what feels like a failure in whatever form that may come. So I think you reflect on things and go, there were lots of successes last year. So my drive and hunger is always the same. I always like the challenge of a new season. You must improve. You must try and improve in every sense because everyone else around you is trying to do the same. So we just need to focus on ourselves.
And it's been your first pre-season here at Coventry City. So what have you been able to learn about the group through the period that you've had?
It's been nice to work without the jeopardy of 3 points on games, to see the players train, to try and start at a better physical level than what we did last year, to try and bring in our ideas with the players, because we've had 3 slowish starts for different reasons in the last 3 seasons. And that's easy to talk about. You actually have to act upon it to make sure we don't do that again. And those are the challenges that we've started to try and do from day one of pre-season. But that part of it is enjoyable. That's our job. And as I say, it gets you to work with the players in a slightly different way without the jeopardy of games. Give some minutes to players that maybe we're not getting them so much last year, and plant some ideas to move us forward.
So what have you been able to learn about the squad that you've got there at the moment?
Not so much. I know the squad now. I've worked with them for quite a few months. So you're always learning as a coach. You're always learning, and you have to always give players the opportunity to surprise you or give you a good problem of training well and getting in the team to start, because it is somewhat of a fresh slate when you start a game. So there's lots of things that I've seen, and that will guide me a bit in the early weeks of the season.
So obviously the start, is it something that you've been focusing on? Are you concentrating on those first 6 games, the first game, or have you set yourself ambitions, targets, etc. for the whole season?
No, I haven't set ambitions and targets. I think they're pretty pointless at this stage. We're certainly absolutely focused on Hull, be it the first game. We also know we've got a busy first week, which goes straight into Luton and then Derby, all tough matches in their own right. So we have an awareness of what the opening section looks like towards the first international break. But other than that, our pure focus is on Hull.
Are you looking to do any more business?
We'll see. I mean, there's no point in me talking about it and jumping into the future, because at the minute the squad is what it is. So we'll see.
Do you feel like you've been backed by Doug King to do the business that you want to do?
Well, no, it's always constant, isn't it? It's the transfer window is fluid wherever you are. So we've always worked well. I think last season showed hopefully big positives of what we can do as coach and staff at the club and what the players can do, but you always want to improve on that.
What are your strengths going into the new season?
We'll have to show them. What we saw at the end of last season was a team that had to be robust from Christmas until March, with injuries that meant, because of the makeup of our squad, we had to change formation. The players took that on great, a slight style change. We got a lot of wins back to back. And then towards the end of the season, I thought we showed a style of play, particularly in some of the home games at the CBS, particularly in both games against Sunderland, where we were the dominant team in game terms without getting a result. So that was strength, but again, you start again. So people will be aware of what we're trying to do a little bit, I guess, in different ways. And so we have to make sure that we're ready to adjust, adapt, move forward, show other strengths that maybe we've shown already, and just keep trying to improve day on day, week on week.
What kind of test do you think Hull will be for you on the opening day?
Yeah, a very tough one. I've watched their pre-season games. They're playing well. They're playing with a really good energy and some different ideas, which tends to come with a new manager. They've got good players. There's a lot being made about their transfer situation. It's absolutely pointless to me to focus anywhere near that, because they're a strong team with good players already, and they've added some players to that. So, very tough match.
Had you right, obviously got some game time against St Pauli. How did he feel after that?
Good, and we're pleased with his recovery. Obviously came back from the US with a problem and has done his rehab and has trained with us and is now fit. We'll have to decide how match fit and how his minutes look in the opening games of the season. But I'm very pleased to get him to this point.
And Ellis Sims scored, but didn't seem to celebrate overly. Is that something that you take any notice of? The fans, there was a lot of chat amongst fans about, we didn't look very happy about the fact that he'd scored.
No,
So did you take any notice of that at all?
No, I know Ellis very well. I work with him at Everton as well. And Ellis is not one to probably take his shirt off and run around swinging it over his head. That's that. It's a pre-season game. People react in different ways. I can say there's absolutely nothing in that. People shouldn't read anything to that. Knowing Ellis so well, he's a diligent boy, a really likeable lad who wants to do really well. There's nothing to read on his celebration in a pre-season game.
And how does it feel to be wearing the captain's armband again?
Yeah, proud. Obviously second year I've been doing it now. And yeah, just looking forward to kicking the season off.
And how has pre-season gone for you, for the group? What has it been different under Frank Lampard as the first pre-season you've had with him?
For me personally, good. I think for the team, good as well. I think there's been a big emphasis on starting well, because we haven't started well the last few years. So there's been that clear message from the gaffer that we want to start well. So training's been intense. The first few weeks were really, really tough. And then once the game started to come, it started to settle down a little bit. And but yeah, overall it's been good. All the boys are looking in good shape, and just looking forward to getting going now.
And that whole kind of fitness thing, 'cause it doesn't feel like there's a massive break. It's not like in days gone by where players seem to just like go off and drink an enormous amount and have a great time. You obviously get a break, but it doesn't feel like the fitness levels are going to drop as much as they used to. So when you say it's really intense, you're building from a base, are you?
Yeah, I think as you say, it's very different to back in the day. No one comes back in bad shape these days. I don't think you can afford to, because the way the game is now is so physical. Everyone comes back in reasonably good shape. So you don't want to be left behind. So lads make sure they're in good nick. And it's been a good pre-season, tough as they should be. But I think we showed in the games the physical levels there, and we had some good tests, but we came through it, and I think we're in good shape.
And what kind of, you mentioned the start of the season and working on that. Are you also looking ahead long term off the back of coming so close last season? And that's twice.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to mention that. Is it you personally? Are the players talking about long term, or are you absolutely laser focused on the first?
No, I think obviously we want first and foremost want to start well, but I think everyone knows our long term goal is to be in the Premier League next year. I think that's got to be the goal from where we have been in the last few years. We've obviously been close, but we're equipped now, and I think everyone's really has that desire to make it happen. So it's obviously not nice to be in those situations and come out on the worst side of it, but me and all the boys are hungry and ever to make it happen this year.
So it's not something which sits with you, it's all parked, it's gone, that's left behind, and this is a fresh start?
I think it bubbles up now and again, that feeling of what could have been, but you can't dwell on the past too much. You just got to stay as present as you can and enjoy the moment and enjoy the journey, because you look back and think you've got to be proud of what you've accomplished, but also you want to still maintain that motivation and desire to achieve big things.
Some new faces that have joined the group, from social media posts and stuff, it looks like they've settled in well, and everybody, are they clicked in well?
Yeah, all the boys. I think we've got a really good dressing room, good lads and good culture. So I guess it gives them no choice but to kind of incorporate in and blend in nicely. So they're really friendly lads and really good additions. Added more quality to the squad, which I think we need. And hopefully they can play a big part this year and contribute.
And does that make it easier for you as captain to have that kind of dressing room? Yeah,
it's not, doesn't just come from me. It comes from a few of the senior lads. There's a number of us who try and drive that, and obviously there's going to be highs and lows in the season, but it's about trying to stay at the level as we can. And it's a group thing. It's not just from one person. It's from the gaffer and the coaching staff as well. They drive that. So it's a good group of lads.
Are you looking forward to being back at the CBS?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It was such a. I mean, the atmosphere got better and better over the years, and especially at the back end of last year, the noise that they were creating and the start of games was really special. So, yeah, we're all looking forward to being back there.